Hello everyone, it is the 11th of February, so we're going to give you an update on our excavations on the 2650 level here. Most of it's probably mental. You don't like dark places that are wet and you're claustrophobic. You have a bunch of phobias and stuff, it's not going to be the place for you. We're going to throw some more golf balls in here. We've got a half a dozen. We're going to throw in there. And we'll see just how much longer it's going to take for them to come out the bottom at the 2650 level. So we've taken out now 291 loads. If things are moving along quite fast. And there we go. Looking up the ladders. And at one time, this whole slope was pretty much at this angle going this way right to that hole. Pretty much a straight line. So we've taken all this material out, which is a lot. So this is what we've done to shore it up. A huge drop just in the last half a day. We've dropped down a 1.5 feet just in 5 carloads. So now we're thinking of maybe, I don't know what we're going to do here next to strengthen this up. Maybe put a big something across there to hold that rock in there. So we think it's about 30 feet down from here somewhere to the next level. And we're right through here to the 2700 level. We'll show you. Been doing some shoveling in here. There's a mine gully way up there. Yeah, so it's the 15th of February. So we, yeah, she keeps going down pretty good now. We got her way down here, and then we've decided this is going to be in our way. So we built another big wall in behind it. And this is slowly being eroding away, so we're worried this is going to collapse here. I thought that we were going to be at the lip, but it seems like a pretty big hole right here. So we are continuing to work this down, so we built this big wall right here. And it looks like we're almost right up against the back there, or goes the ribs there. I'm not really sure. This is the 2700 level here, where it comes all the way to the shaft. The number one shaft is right there. So according to the documentation and the maps and stuff we have, this is supposed to go kind of straight, and then it opens up into a kind of a wide spot. And it just goes straight. So we're going to keep work on this, and we think it should go right across the other side of that slope where Sharon is, just about straight that way. It should keep going that way according to the map. Okay, so we're getting a heck of a big hole here, and the last time I dropped my balls, get your mind out of the gutter. It only took 20 loads to get them back out the bottom, so we got them all back, all 6. So we're going to throw them in there. And we'll see how soon we see them. We're thinking 15 loads or so, so it can't be that much further down to the 2650 now, so we're going to continue on working on this. Oh, this is going to go down. Well, we're sharing a standing. We're going to bring a bunch of that down. So we're getting close. I mean, when I was at the bottom looking up, I could look up about 15 feet, and we looked down quite a long ways. The good thing is we're worried about how big this hole was. At the bottom, it's actually a fairly small hole, so This should be just a flat spot. We're right now below the 2700 level, but we don't know where the lip stops. So it's moving along pretty fast now. So we're just gonna take the Pelican, move some more stuff down, and then put another board in there. And then we'll keep shoveling, clean this out. So pretty soon, I think we'll be able to go down to this next level.
We'll have a connection between the 2700 and the 2650.
Yeah, it sure took a lot more work than we thought, but that's the way things always seem to go in this mine. We always think something's going to be a short period of time, and then you end up working on it for months. But.
Franklin's wishful thinking. How many loads is it? 300 plus?
About 320, but then we have probably at least 100 loads that we backfilled in the 2650 with the bigger rocks and stuff. So. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, less than 100 loads left now, I'm sure. But, well, so it might be 400 altogether by the time we get it cleaned up.
I would think at least. Okay.
I got this big rock, and maybe I got to send down first. Well, two big rocks.
Two,
here.
yeah, there's two.
Yeah, let's see. That might be interesting.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, now I can just dig this out. Then I put another board in there. There we go. So we worked hard all day, and look at all the stuff. So I hope we don't have any trouble with some of these big rocks. We're worried they might jam up. Hopefully they won't. And so we got a fair bit to clean out, and there's our wall. Good job, Sharon.
Another couple hundred loads.
No. 70 at the most.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's making it a lot easier to get into here now. So there's the 2700 level.
So
Well, and we're hoping there's going to be a tunnel going this way. Look, there's a hole there. We'll see, I guess. All right, well, let's go jump in the hot tub and drink a beer.
I'm hungry.
You're always hungry when you're underground.
Yep.
All right, so today is the 25th of February, so I'll show you where we're at. So what I do is every day, it takes about 3 or 4 hours in the morning. I shovel 5 carloads usually a day out of here, tram it out, and then in the afternoon I come and bring some lumber in, do some sawmilling or logging or whatever, and do some more work securing this wall. So I generally only shovel about 4 hours a day till lunchtime, because it's just too hard on the body to be my age, I guess, to be shoveling like a madman for more than a half a day. Kind of breaks it up and makes it more fun too, you know. There was some loose rock up here, so we had to pry that off of there. We were worried about falling on us. We barred this down. It was barely hanging on there. We were worried about it falling on our heads. And it took a fair bit of force. A lot of this, well, most of this stuff's pretty good, but you never know. If you got a big, heavy slab above you, you want to bar it down so it doesn't fall on you. Not so much of a danger in what we're doing here, because we're not, running trains in here and jackhammering and doing explosives and stuff. So it doesn't jar the rock as much, but still, you don't want the stuff to fall on you. There, that's the 2700 level. See how much further down we are now? And this is where the waste rock is going down. Keeps going down. Starting to look pretty good. Yeah. So we've built, only about a 15-foot wall now that we built straight up there. And then it goes to that part, and way up to the top. So we've kind of built this up a little bit because we got lots of headroom here. See, there's lots of extra headroom there, so we threw some waste in here rather than having to trim it out, because it doesn't hurt to have a little bit more here. But but we want to shovel this part down because we want to maintain, oh, I don't know, probably about at least 6.5 feet of headroom here. So we're good to about here, and then we want to shovel this part down. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. We might end up having a big platform here. We don't know. We'll find out when we get done. We'll take you downstairs where all this stuff is going, and we'll show you what it's looking like down there. Hey everyone, so this is the 2650 shaft. It's getting a lot wetter in here. It feels like it's raining in the shaft almost. It's gotten a lot warmer. It's the 26th of February. So as you're climbing up, it feels like it's raining on you. And it was actually quite dry most of the winter, but all of a sudden the snow's melting. It's getting a lot wetter outside. But it's still dry in here. It's not dripping off any of the parts of the 2650 level. So we're getting a lot more rock piled up here. We're seeing quite a bit of big rock coming down the shaft. We have, so we're just piling it here because if you knock those big rocks down the shaft, first of all, it's very hard to close the gate. A big rock comes down and you're filling the ore car, and all of a sudden if you want to shut it, you can't close it because there's a big rock in there. And also very hard on the shaft because you had big rocks land on there and cracked up some of the stuff down there. So we just pile up all the bigger rocks, anything any bigger than what you can lift with a shovel, we just stack in here. So it's making a pretty big piles in here. And but you know, not looking a lot different here, but we'll take you back upstairs, and this shaft is getting cleaned out pretty quick, so it won't be that much longer, and we'll be able to have this clear up there. So what typically happens is you get a bunch of rock coming down. The bigger stuff comes down first, you clean that out of there, stack it on the sides, and then you start shoveling the smaller rocks. So we think pretty soon, close maybe around the first week of March, we'll be able to get past here. We'll see. We've been too optimistic in the past. So rocks that are, you know, more than about 200 pounds, we break them up with a sledgehammer. And that's less than that, we can just lift them up, throw them in the wheelbarrow, and we stack them on the sides here. So try to stack them so we can get as many rocks in here as we can. So that is called, what the miners did with the rocks is called gobbing. And they use it quite a bit in the old days, and we use it to do it today for the same reason. It wasn't too small and it wasn't too big. I think I'll call it a pig. So this all kind of follows a pretty predictable pattern. After you clean up all the fine stuff, you look up the chute and you'll notice there'll be a couple bigger rocks plugging it. So what you have to do is poke that. It'll come down, it'll fill all this back up. Because, see, we got this piece of plywood here, so with a flat shovel, well, it's very easy to scoop it off of there and shovel it into the car. Once you're to the back of the plywood, or the muck sheet, you don't want to go any further because you don't want to work any harder than you have to. So now it gets to be kind of the fun part. It's time to give this a poke and get us some more. There, wasn't too much that came down, but that kind of gives you the idea. There's no point in poking too much out because, you know, if it comes too far out, then you're not on the muck sheet. So that's, you know, that's all right. So then, you know, so then you're back to, you know, grabbing probably the bigger stuff first, a load or a half a load or whatever, the bigger stuff, and stack it alongside of the chute, and then start shoveling it again and run it back further. So sometimes there's a lot more that comes down than that, but there's no point picking it any harder than you have to. So this would be maybe, I don't know, 6 wheelbarrow loads, 5 maybe. Okay, so now it's coffee time. So what I typically do is I start work here around 7:30 in the morning, and I'll come in here and I'll shovel. I usually get about 30 wheelbarrows out a day to go down the ore chute, and probably about 4 or 5 of those big rocks that we stack along the side of the tunnel here. So what I normally do is I usually do shovel 3 loads or so, and then I'll stop and just have like a half a cup of coffee. So I find that just gives me enough of a little break in between loads that you're not too tired. So I was working longer shifts earlier in the winter, but I found you're just too tired at the end of the day, and you get sore in the morning. And you know, we're doing this for fun. This is what I enjoy doing. So typically what I've been doing is just working, you know, the 3 hours between 7:30 or so, and then by the time I get out of the mine and have lunch around 11. So that is kind of a comfortable pace for me. And then in the afternoons, what I've been doing is I'll go and do some logging, or run the mill, sawmill some stuff, or do some work up at the 2700 level to firm up the stuff that we're bringing down. We'll take you up there and show you all the timbering and other work we're doing. So there's lots of other stuff to do other than just this. And then of course in the afternoon I also tram. I usually get about 5 ore car loads a day, so we have to tram that out and then fire up the hoe and run over the bank. So we've done a lot of videos over the last 3 years of working in this mine, so you might be a little bit confused where we are sometimes. So if you're watching the video and you see railway tracks in the video, that's the main haul level. So the main haul level goes back about 1,300 feet, and that is just a basic kind of a tour that we take people on. It takes half hour to 45 minutes. It's just walking in flat at the bottom. So where we are now, we're on the 2650 level. We're further up. So the mine has 4 levels. So we have like a more advanced tour. It takes a couple of hours with ladders and stuff, go all the way up through all these other branches. So it'll be a lot more exciting this year because we'll have a lot more stuff built, and it's not all done yet. We're going to open up in May again. So we'll be open from May till middle of September this year. So yeah, this is what I enjoy doing, and we've been doing this all winter. The other thing was that we thought about at the main haul level, when we mucked out about 3,000 carloads out of the main haul level, we built a chute. So we were able to run the ore car right to the bottom of the chute and then fill the ore car up. That's a lot faster than shoveling it. But the problem is it'd be a lot of work to get an ore car up here and bring the track around in here. And I didn't want to build a chute just for a wheelbarrow. It doesn't really work because we've got huge boulders coming down here all the time. So if you build a chute up there and you give it a couple pokes and the boulders are stuck in there, and then you have to dismantle the chute. I don't think it'll work for just a wheelbarrow filling it up with a chute. So we just put it on the ground and shovel it into the wheelbarrow. The other thing is, when we started, we figured probably have maybe 150 loads, and right now I think there's 350 loads that I took out, not wheelbarrow loads, ore car loads. So it's about 1,500 wheelbarrow loads, and then also all the stuff that we stacked up alongside of the mine, which is the shaft, which is probably those big rocks, and then we filled the back part of it up. That was quite a bit higher, it had a higher ceiling, so that's got to be over 100 loads. So we're probably about 450 ore car loads out that we took out so far, which kind of surprises us. But and I'm not even going to guess how many more there is, but we think pretty soon we'll be up, and we'll be able to go from here to the next level, the 2700 level about. Didn't take very long to get down. Okay, the camera survived that. Now we're heading back up to the 27 level and we'll see what it looks like above where we were just shoveling out. It's a little wetter here now. Alright, so there is the 2700 level. And this is where all this material is coming for that we're shoveling. But it looks like it's going into a hole right here. We'll keep digging and we'll keep seeing what's going on here. So if we're going to lose a bunch more, this is going to slide down here. But that's no problem because we think there's another tunnel going in this direction also. So we're not gonna shovel any of this. We're just gonna let it keep sloughing its way down. And we'll show you guys what we find as we go down. This is pretty cool. So we're probably gonna have a big platform here we're going to build here somewhere at the bottom. So we'll be able to come out this 27 level here, have a big platform here, and then a ladder going down to the 2650 where we were just there. So today is the last day of February, February 28th, 2025. The hole is definitely getting a lot deeper. So this is where all this material is coming from. So we're getting some from both sides as we go down. So we've got a little ways to go yet, but it keeps going down. So next we're going to have to see if we can pry that big rock out of there, and then we'll put another 2x8 underneath there, hopefully hold it up. So we've actually secured that up a little better because we were worried about that coming loose, so that's all done. And Sharon built us a new ladder, so let's go. So we're not sure we're going to do across there, probably lock some of that loose stuff out of there and to be able to build something going over there. We'll see. It is the 8th of March, by the way. We've seen a pretty dramatic drop in the shaft going down. So we're just going to go down and do an inspection here. Alright, so there's our 2700 level tunnel, and now we're actually below that. So this is right down to rock here now. So we've hit a lip, so it looks like there's a chute going this way, down. So that's cool. Maybe not too much more that's going to come. Could stay maybe. But there's a...
Depends where that ledge goes.
Hello everyone, so still working up with the 2700 and 2650, joining them together. Today is the 10th of March. So, I'll show you what we got done here since our last little video. So we keep working our way down, and right now we are something like about 10 or 12 feet below this level, below the 2700. Going down. We're hoping that we're going to see a lip pretty soon. We won't have to go down any further. So the bigger rocks that we find here, we were throwing up there. So the reason being is that as we dig underneath there, as it drops down, if you got big rocks in there, they're not going to slip out underneath. So the other project that we're working on here is we need to get a lot more timbering and stuff up to this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to push all this loose rock down there, cut that timber up, drop that all down there, and then we're going to drill a rock anchor in there and put a pulley up there, and we're going to buy a hoist. So a hoist is an electric winch. We're going to mount it right on the floor here, and the cable will go up, and then we're going to put a platform there so we can hoist timbers up from the bottom, from the 2600 level, about 100 feet below us. There we got the 2700 manway all cleaned up here, so it looks kind of cool. So yeah, that's what she looks like. That's the top of the #1 shaft, about 100 feet up. So the reason we cleaned all this up is this is where we're going to put our hoist. When we get our hoist, we're going to drill a hole up there for a pulley, and then we can hoist all our wood straight up. We're joined here today with Hal from Sandon, Hal Wright and his friend Brenda, and we're just having a look at the progress here. And Yankee Boy Hal's have been saying for years he wants to come up here and check this out, and he's finally made it up here.
Finally did it. Yeah.
Big hole, eh?
Yeah. Wow.
So we used to go up to there at an angle from here. Up.
Yeah.
Now all that's gone, so.
It's like a little labyrinth in here.
Yeah, no,
That you can crawl on your belly.
There's a gulp hole down there.
we never.
Yeah, so we keep digging out of there, and it keeps going down. So it goes down about a foot every day. Oh, these lights light this stope up pretty good. So they had some kind of a passageway that came all the way down from, if you look to your right there, Hal, going all the way up there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of wood and stuff. They had a big chute that come all the way down, bring this ore all the way down this way.
Okay.
We've seen all kinds of lots of wooden pieces of wood and nails in the muck
Oh, yeah.
all the way along. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yankee Boy Mine. We got some exciting stuff to show you today. It is the 21st of March, so we've been working all winter on this project here. And first of all, I'm going to take you over here. So got kind of a little shop set up now. We got power in here, so we can charge up our drills and all that kind of stuff. Had some lights in here, and we've cleaned out this whole #1 shaft here. And we've kind of built a little platform there, and then we bought a winch or a hoist that we use, electric hoist, and we can use that now to grab stuff from the bottom of the main hall level, 100 feet straight up. The most exciting thing that we have to show you is that we actually made it through to the 2650 level. So now we call it the 2650 level, but in actual fact is probably around 2670. So it's about 30 feet below this level. We're not sure exactly. We'll measure it here one of these days. 30, 35 feet, we're guessing. So this is what we're planning on building a platform here. I'm just putting some joists in here. Hop down there and I'll show you what we have done here. I won't keep you under suspense here for too long, but yeah, we've made it through to the 2650 level today. When I was down there shoveling, I could look up and see this ladder from the 2650 level. Alright. Yeah, so we're almost close to 500 loads that we've taken out of here to do this. So we're gonna, there we go. So she's down there. So the next kind of project that we're working on right now is to continue on this way, because we think there's another level there too. So we're just gonna keep working this stuff down, clean it up from the bottom, and we'll see if there's another level here. We believe that there is. And then we'll go down there and show you. Now we could just zip right down there and come out of that level. The problem is it's a little unstable there, so we might end up having a bunch of stuff collapse on us. And then the other problem is we don't have the safety rope to go down the ladder at the 2650, so we're not going to do that today. Here. Looking down, there's our wall all the way down there. And the 2650 level is at the bottom of that. We're going to go down there and show it to you in a minute. So we built this platform here. And there's another. And this is looking up all the way up into there. We put joist hangers on here on that side to hook it in there. We've got a big 8x8 beam on the other side. So looking up, this is where we just were, right up there. Looking down. Alright. So we're looking straight down here. And we're going to go down there in a minute and show it to you. But that's the 2650 level that we wanted to get into. And here's a nice little platform. There's the walls that we built to get all the way down here. And there's one of Sharon's lovely ladders. We're going to put another beam across there, put another ladder, finish this off. We need a couple more boards here. And then we'll put another ladder down here to get to this part. So it'll be fairly easy to get from the top down to the 2700 level here. And then we need some more ladders that we're going to build to go down. That's where we're looking. This is the top of our platform that we built. There's a big 8x8 holding it up there. So we'll have good ladders coming all the way down here. Just have to build a few more. And we'll be able to take you on a tour through all levels of the mine now. From the 26 to the 2650, the 2700 and the 2800. On the advanced tour. Hello everyone, so today is the 2nd of April. And we got something really exciting to show you. And we're almost done here. So we're getting very close to being connected between the 20. We're at the 2750 level. And we've been working to clear all this stuff out of here to join up to the 2800 level. So this is this big rock that we've been showing you for quite a while. We finally managed to get it down. So we're having to break it up with our electric sledgehammer, our demolition hammer. So we've got started on it. We've got to break it up so we can get that out of there. And then we'll clean all this rubble out of here. And we will be there. Alright, it's really going along fast now. Still April 2nd. And we'll show you. Yeah, it's cleaning up real quick. And not really that much left. I figured I should take a video of this in case, I don't know, I get buried alive and these are my last words. Hope not. So, we're hoping, maybe, we can go straight. I don't think so. I think this wall is just going to be like this. So hopefully this wall doesn't collapse on us. We stuck a bit of a stall in there. So we'll just be careful and try to go to the right. And then, I don't know, we're going to have to try to secure this up somehow. We'll figure out what we can do. Pretty exciting though. Almost done. It looks all pretty good now, so we're able to get up and down here safely. We're not worried about it anymore. So we just had some stuff we hammered in here just to kind of brace it. It seems like that wall is good and solid. But obviously we're worried about if we dig down much further, and it did come out. So this isn't going to be permanent. We just want to get all this material out of here and then we'll put in something better. So there we go. So yeah, probably by tomorrow we'll have this totally cleaned out. Hey everyone, so exciting news. We finally got done. We're all the way through the 2650 level and we can get all the way up to the 27. Let me show you. So we're still about a month away from opening. That's the 4th of April. We're going to open on the 3rd of May. So we got a bunch of ladders and just a bunch of stuff to tidy up. But yeah, so this is as far as it gets. So we thought when we cleaned this plug up to begin with that we'd be able to go on a bunch of other tunnels that are on the maps. But what happened was it's just a stope, the bottom of a stope now. So they went along here, they mined straight ahead, and then they found the ore going way up, all the way. See how high that stope is? And then they just mined all the way up. So all that material is still just laying here. So we'd have to move a mountain of material and we wouldn't get anywhere. It would just be in the bottom of the stope. So the tunnel's gone as far as the tunnel goes. But so it's pretty cool. There was a chute here, as you can see, and behind our cribbing there. We weren't sure how good it was. Some of it was kind of rotten, so we got kind of shorted up as we went along. Interesting thing we found here is they kept track of the loads there. I thought a bit of a load count there. So we got this all pretty secure. And now we got to start building ladders to get from, all the way along there for the tours. So we got a bunch of ladders and stairs. We're going to put all this in here, so it'll be pretty easy getting up and down here. So yeah, that's all we can show you. We'll do another video when we get it all finished. We'll take you a tour for the final thing. But that'll be it for now. So You know, we were hoping we would find a bunch of collapsed tunnels, and we didn't. So we just end up being in the bottom of the stope. But that's the way it goes. So it's going to be a really exciting tour. People will be able to come down and we'll clean all this up in here. And you'll be able to check out this level as well. So all 4 levels now are accessible from the bottom. We're able to hike up through all the levels. And it's not really that difficult. If, you can go up and down some ladders and stuff like that to go on the advanced tour. If not, just go on the regular tour. All right, bud. That's all for now. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this week. We have a show every week, so we'll see you next week. Check out our new merch page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Music is by the Adits.